each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I remember when I was working, I stopped saying good morning to people. I would just start saying morning because we're like, hey, good morning. What's so good about it? Well, your attitude. Somebody got a case of the Mondays, don't they? Yeah. Fuck working. Oh, yeah. Are you just following me around there? Michelle? Morning, Michelle. Good to see you. It's good to see you. Oh, I know some other people were kind of wanting this one, so. Was it Tuesday? Good. Good. I'm glad it's Tuesday. Dion needs some therapy. He needs some therapy. He needs therapy today. Today we're going to be talking about quantity or quality. Hi, Amber. Hi, Heather. All right. This is going to lead us back to how much does time in the program really matter? It does and it doesn't. Kind of depends on what we're talking about. I'm going to use the readings today. Hey, watch it now. And by the way, Shirley Temple is not a mocktail. Just so you know, it's been a non-alcoholic drink forever. It's just a fruity drink. At least that's the way I always saw it, and I never had one. Right. Ugh. Good morning, Leisure. Good to see you. So we're going to start with well, actually, we're going to go to As Bill Sees It first. This is where it came from. Now, we're going to do the reading because there's a lot more in As Bill Sees It. So we're going to take care of this part first. Above all, take it one day at a time. As Bill Sees It, page 11. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. Yes, I am. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Let's find something out. Where did the drink Shirley Temple come from? We all know what it is. The actress Shirley Temple was named after the child actress Shirley Temple. We know that. It's a non-alcoholic drink, so I guess it is, right? So it is widely believed that it was invented in the mid-30s to serve as a non-alcoholic alternative for Temple when she was out with her parents who were enjoying cocktails. There we go. So guess what? It's a mocktail. All right. It's all right. It's all right to be wrong. I've just never seen it that way because I grew up with them. So all depends. Heather says, let's do Amber's first. That's what I grew up drinking because I grew up going to bars. Yeah. So you're just that memory for you. Absolutely. Heather, quality for sure, but I'm going to shout out day 99 here since I'll be at work this evening. My day count ends at 1. God willing, I see it. It said mid 1930s. That's all it gave me. Are you trying to match it with when AA started? It's the OG mocktails. Yeah. It's the original gangster. All right. Let's get it. Above all, take it one day at a time, as Bill Sees It, page 11. Why do I kid myself that I must stay sober? Why do I kid myself that I must stay away from a drink for only one day when I know perfectly well I must never drink again as long as I live? Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. Oh, yes, and congratulations, Heather. I'll go for 99. I'll go for that. Excuse me. All right. Well, this is the funny thing here. Okay, I'm going to share this. I put mocktails are a gateway to relapse because they are. And what people do, they start naming their favorite mocktails. That's my friends for you. Thanks for the backup. It's funny. I'm not upset about it. All right. Inside, I'm fuming. Leisure says, bartender here, fuck Shirley Temples. Yeah. All right. So we know that we're probably try it, but the thought of it can be overwhelming, especially in the beginning. For me, I have my preference now is to stay sober the rest of my life. It is. I'm not saying that alcohol doesn't cross my mind as an option every now and again, but it's usually pretty quick. I'll see somebody drinking on TV or something. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. And I'm like, oh, and it's not like I jump up and run to the liquor store. No, the next thought's usually supplanted with, yeah, you kind of used up your drink card, Dion. So as much as it looks good, I don't think I want the consequences anymore. Amber says, paying customary, fuck your tip. All right, you two. Do I need to sit between you two? Don't make me pull this car over. We're having fun here. For anybody that's just listening, it's just fun. We're just having fun. I'm not kidding myself because one day at a time is probably the only way I can reach the long range objective of staying sober. Amber says, I tip more for my temples than I ever did for my booze. Well, that's because when you were drinking, were selfish fucks. We needed that money for alcohol. And that's what would make sense to me. All right. Let's get to topic here. I'm not gonna. Yeah, you can write all you want, but I won't be announcing any more of the mocktail stuff. Let's make something else funny. All right, long range objective. I'm having one of those days where I need to focus on what's going on at the moment, so that's why I'm saying that. All right, so we're looking for a long range objective, and that is to, what is your objective? My objective is to die sober. That's my objective. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm going after. I want long term sobriety, 10 plus years. I'd like to beat my 12 years of sobriety and get 13. Those are some of my objectives. Those are some of my goals when it comes to my alcoholism. But there's only one way that I'm going to be able to do it. What would we call that? I'd call that an elephant. And there's only one way to eat an elephant, a bite at a time, a day at a time, a second at a time. Sometimes I still need to go a second at a time, not for my alcoholism, not for the drink. Usually it's a anger or resentment type of thing. Yeah, some old behavior kind of shit. If I determine that I shall never drink again as long as I live, I set myself up. How can I be sure I won't drink when I have no idea what the future may hold? I don't agree with that because I have no problem with it right now, which is what I have right now. It has been a long, long time since I dreaded staying sober for the rest of my life. It's probably been 6, 7 years. No, I don't know what the future is going to hold, but I do know this. I trust my higher power. And when I sit here and say that I have no idea what the future may hold, how can I be sure I won't drink? Why? How do I know? Because I trust my higher power, because I have faith in my higher power to take care of me. That's why. I don't want the consequences from drinking ever again. I don't want it. I don't care how good it sounds. Something too good to be true is too good to be true. Now, I understand why they're saying that. In early sobriety, that's not really the mindset that we have. So we'll take it a day at a time. One day you'll turn around, just be like, you'll become neutral. It won't matter to you whether you're going to stay sober the rest of your life because you have so many good things in your life. You can't ever dream of giving them up now. Yeah. Amber says, I don't want to die happy, die sober. I want to go happy, joyous, and free. I kind of include that in it. So, but yes, to extend on that and to have a happy, joyous, and free life. I was just in a meeting. This guy refuses to work the program and he sits there and goes, I just got to figure out how. I just got to figure out how. I'm like, the answers are sitting right in front of you, but you're refusing to see them because you don't want to. One day he'll make that turn. He will. He deserves sobriety. He deserves to be happy, joyous, and free. Yes, he does. Kept saying, I got to figure out how to be happy. Happiness ain't the goal. It is not the goal. Ember says, like 2 years now, knowing I never have to choose another fucking sober date is pretty fucking dope. I would agree with that. I got tired of writing my fucking sobriety date in pencil. I got tired of it. I was proud that my daughter, I gave her a big book. I'm like, you got to write your sobriety date in the front there because you may not remember it in a week. Right? She wrote it in pen. I'm like, so good. To me, that's faith. Ever said, it took me 4 to 6 months to join the No Matter What Club. Good job. See, sometimes it happens quicker for other people. That's awesome. I'll tell you how the time varies. It depends on when you quit drinking and your age. Yeah. And it really depends on how long you've been drinking. See, it took me longer because physically I did not bounce back. And that's part of it. Amber says, when Facebook shows me my old sobriety date, I'm like, you're a bitch. So, on a one day at a time basis, I am confident I can stay away from a drink for one day. So I set out with confidence. At the end of each day, I have the reward of achievement. Achievement feels good, and that wants me and makes me want more. Absolutely. I could go for this all day. Once you get that confidence, now you can't get confidence doesn't mean cocksuredness. You can't get cocky about it. Oh, well, I mastered alcohol. Bullshit, you did. No, it's still there, and you still have no willpower over it, Dion. No, you do not. See, I don't fool myself with those things anymore, right? I went through all of that. I deceived myself that I was doing better. It's one of the things that I tend to like if I'm working with a sponsee, after like about 30, 45 days, they start to feel better. That's when I bring up, okay, this is what we have to watch. This is what we're watching for. You're going to, I was just talking about the sponsor about this, and they do a lot of entertaining your clients. I'm like, your day's going to be really fucking good. And if you don't insert a meeting during that day, your brain is going to want a reward. And you will drink for some trivial fucking excuse. You won't even think about it. So that's why it's important that we go to AA meetings every day to remind us where we came from. I still have to do that, and when I do achieve it and I feel good at the end of the day because I didn't start any more shit that day, I feel better about. I actually just used that earlier. Right? I want to write an email to somebody. And then earlier I thought, Dion, you remember the other day when you decided not to do that and you felt better about it at the end of the day? Yeah, I do remember that. We're getting to quality and quantity, don't worry. It's next. So we're going to go to As Bill Sees It. Good morning, Clara. Good to see you. Hi. All right, so we're going to be on page 11 in As Bill Sees It, if you have it. All right. So if you ever try and look for the book, The AA Way of Life, it's also As Bill Sees It. It only took me 3 years to fucking figure that out, by the way, because there's some things you'll read in the daily reflection and it says such page, The AA Way of Life. Well, it's As Bill Sees It. And the pages don't match. Quantity or quality about this slip business. Slip. You want to know who came up with relapse? It wasn't AA. It was not AA. No, that was NADAC. NADAC are the people that like to call its names. Most recent thing they've done is change it to alcohol use disorder. Now we have a disorder. Now it's this. It's all they really do is they sit around and come up with new names to call us. It's all NADAC's really good for. It's a government-run program. Why would they do that? Because they want to keep you sick. We got to get rid of this relapse talk. Nowhere in the book does it talk about relapse, but it talks about slips. Amber says, see what I mean? Who know what book is what? They make it confused. Yeah, I would agree with that. Absolutely. Amber says it was the man. I'm pretty sure it was a man, and a white one at that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I would not disagree with that. It was the man. But when we say the man, we mean government, right? And that's exactly it, Amber. You're not incorrect. It's all about money. The government does not belong in recovery. They just do not belong in recovery. No, they do not. Yes, we're getting to quality or quantity, right? Good morning, Angel. Good to see you. Leisure says there is no progress in relapse, and you are correct. Okay. Now, so what's the difference between a slip and a relapse? When I was 12 years sober, I had a relapse. I did not come back for 15 years. Now, there were times when I got sober. This time I get 6 months. I'd go out for the week and come back. That is a slip. And we're not supposed to be using relapse. Slip is the word. Actually, that's not the word. But you don't. Do you really want me to? Have you heard? Have you heard of the word? A lot of you know where I'm going. And I'm gonna. I got it. My stimming will not allow for me not to say that the bird is a word. Bird is a word. Bird is a word. All right. My stimming drives my wife crazy sometimes because I will sing that song for hours. All right. Amber says government will stick their noses everything they can control and make money off of. I would agree with that. There is progression. Yes. So a slip means you came right back. Now let's see what Bill has to say on the rest of it. I would not be too discouraged about the slip business. I would not be too discouraged. I think you are suffering a great deal from a needless guilt. I would agree with this. I would agree with it. You go through, you go through the slip because you are trying to become a better person and you dealt with something beyond your control, which is what a slip is. People are like, slip, sobriety loss is priority. Bullshit. Bullshit, by the way. That is not what it fucking means. All that does is lead to more fucking guilt, more blame, more shame, when you made progress. You made fucking progress. Let's say you did 6 months of sobriety. One night you went out. That 6 months is gone? No, it is not. All the progress you made did not go away because you took a drink. That is not a challenge, nor is it a good excuse, so you know. You have to reset your date? Yeah, but who fucking cares? It's a day at a time. You ever met an old timer in AA who just doesn't seem to be very happy? Well, there you go. So I've seen some people with 6 months of sobriety that have better quality sobriety than people that have over 20 years. I see it all the time. Time in the program doesn't mean shit. We have a day at a time. I'm sure I've got 9 years, and I am sure that there are people around me with better quality sobriety than me. And I think I got pretty good quality sobriety. All right. So Heather says, go Tigers. I have no idea what she's talking about. Probably because bird is the word. Probably from that. All right. I got to do some scrolling. Amber says, I saw mom stimming with her daughter, so she's not alone. I'll start stemming with, yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Amber. It does make me feel weird. I'm sure there's some kind of autism roaming around in my DNA. It's all right. Angel says, it looked like you were saying something, and then I'm just double checking here. Okay, just making sure. And struggling with medications from outside issues is neither a slip or a relapse. It's an outside issue. Yeah, I would agree with that. Amber says, oh no, you're an alcoholic and use the tool you knew well. You didn't die. Great. Let's get back on the path. Yes. Yeah, you learned your lesson. That's what a slip is. You're just dealing with something beyond your control. It's not entirely your fault. You didn't know what the fuck else to do. You had to solve the problem somehow. It's unfortunate that alcohol was the answer. What does it mean? It means we need to learn some more. It just means we need to learn some more. It's all it means. Julia says a slip is just step 0. It's still a step. Yeah. It's progress. You learn from it. What's the progress? You didn't stay out. And that in and of itself is a fucking miracle. That is nothing short of a fucking miracle. How can you have quality? It can only happen right now. It can only happen today. It cannot happen any other time. Happiness, joy, camaraderie, fellowship. It can only happen right now. Everything outside of right now is a what if. Heather says it was Mark Bird Friedrich, our awesome pitcher that the song was for. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Heather's teaching me a little bit about the song. I appreciate musical knowledge for sure. Clara Joyce is asking something for a friend. Could it be the progression of the disease of alcoholism? You're silly. Alcoholism, and you're right. No, you're absolutely right on that. Alcoholism is progressive disease. No, it doesn't matter what you do. Alcoholism is going to progress, but now you have a choice on your progression. Are you going to progress with the alcohol, or are you going to progress without it? Doesn't matter, because time is going to determine the progression, and you don't control time. I don't control time. That comes back to one day at a time. What's my decision now? My decision now is I don't want to drink. I would rather help another person. Now we're making good progression. Yeah. So there's no need for the guilt. But it doesn't help that the stigma out there that your family's like, oh my God, I'm so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed. Oh my God. It's the end of the world. Go to an Al-Anon meeting, for God's sakes. Because there they will teach you that a slip is a good thing. Yes, they will. How do I know? Because I went to Al-Anon for like 2 years. Well, I went to Alateen. Now, it's how I knew how to deal with my alcoholic mother. It's how I know that I have codependency issues. And I do. I have codependency issues. Maybe not as, just like I have narcissistic issues. Right? All right. So there is no, from a needless guilt, for some reason or other, the Lord has laid out together paths for some of us. And I guess you are treading one of them. How do we know that God didn't want it to happen? Maybe he was teaching me a lesson. Probably, I don't know that I quite believe that, honestly, because my higher power has never, ever, 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 ever tested my sobriety. I mean, people are like, yeah, God tested my sobriety date. No, they did not. God did not make you walk down the alcohol aisle at King Soopers. I'm sorry, but no, he didn't. You made that decision. I walk down it often. I don't fucking care. If it means I'm going to get to the back of the store to get to the milk, I'll walk through it. I don't care. I'm at the liquor store often. They have some of the best ice. They have the best ice. When I go in there, it's stinky. It's sticky. It's stink. Right? So we have these outside forces. We call it stigma. It means that person is uneducated about alcoholism. Let's rephrase that, because uneducated makes it sound like somebody's stupid, and that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is they are naive to the disease of alcoholism. Yeah. Claire Joy says, my ego wants me to test my sobriety. You're absolutely correct. It's your brain testing you. Oh, I'm going to test myself, see how well I do. Just go help another alcoholic, for God's sakes. My higher power would not want me to get drunk, is what Claire also. Let me just repeat what she said so it doesn't sound all weird. My ego wants to test my sobriety. My higher power would not want me drunk. Because when I'm drunk, I'm not helping his children. And that's what he wants from me. It is my number one thing. Been a while since I talked about this. I have goals every day. My one goal every day is to help somebody. I did it before I came here. I went to an AA meeting. I shared my experience, strength, and hope on the third step. And frowns went to smiles. That's how I knew it worked. Because people said, thank you, Dion. I needed to hear that. Every time I speak, God, I need your words. I need your words so I can help. I can help whoever you need me to help today. I don't pick and choose who I get to help. No, he puts them squarely in front of me. And now I'm here trying to help out more people. I'm learning, and while I'm helping out people, I'm learning more. Like this. Heather says, song was originally something about the surfing bird in 1963, but it became popular when the Major League Baseball used it in 1976. See, we're all learning. Even if it's about a song in baseball. It's always good to know new things, though. It really is. Right. All right, let's get back to reading. So maybe we're treading one of them. God is not asking us to be successful. He is only asking us to try and be. See, my success, I'm going to tell you, I don't learn anything. And why I do not learn anything from a success, because I already know how to do it. It's the failing along the way. I was a chronic slipper. Chronic. I was not a chronic relapser. I kept coming back. Okay. In 2 years, actually, I think it was like closer to 4 years because I think I had a year at one point and went out and drank. I can't quite recall it. I just can't. I try. I remember instances, but I don't remember the whole thing. I would have to ask my wife on that one. Right. But each time I was my sponsor would bring me back. Okay, Dion. Okay. Actually, once I got a sponsor, I think I would slip 2 more times, and that would be it. Yeah. Once somebody finally approached me and said, Dion, and this is what he said. I remember it clearly. He said, Dion, you need God in your life, so I'm going to introduce him to you. That's all he said to me. And then he became my sponsor. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for ending the fucking madness, bro. I will be indebted to that man forever. I haven't spoke to him for years. I do send him a text message on my birthdays and catch him up on what I am doing. Why do I do that? So that he knows. See, he was sponsoring another guy at the same time. And we were both chronic slippers. And he died. He died of alcohol poisoning. He was my only litter mate. So it hurt when he went. So he's only asking us to try and be successful. To at least reach for it. Well, so quality can only happen one place, like everything else today, now. And it is based upon my spiritual condition. Did I pray this morning? Did I mean it? Am I going to a meeting? Have I tried to help somebody else out today? Okay, if you can ask yourself this one question each day, it will cover all of it. What am I doing today to make the world a better place? It's the only real question that needs to be asked. What are my intentions? Am I causing more confusion than harmony? What am I doing here? That you are surely doing and have been doing. Even when you have a slip, you were still doing the best that you could. Yes, you were. Does that make you less than? No. Well, I just keep slipping, and then the guilt mounts, and the guilt mounts, and the guilt mounts. And then it turns into frothy emotional appeal. And then they go out sometimes. And at that point, a lot of them don't make it back. It's just too overwhelming. It was really fucking hard for me to walk back into an AA meeting that I started. But I did it. I did it. Claire calls it undeclared expectations, and I would agree with that. Maybe we're not sure what those expectations are yet because we haven't done a fourth and fifth step. Right? Okay. So I would not stay away from AA through any feeling of discouragement or shame. It's just the place you should be. Why don't you try just as a member? You do not have to carry the whole of AA on your back, you know. I don't need to carry everything. What I have is my community. Amber says it was harder for me this time. Third time's a charm. Yep, I'll go with that. Hell, the 12th time could be the charm. Go for it. I'm any reason that we make, I don't even give a fuck if it's an excuse to be better people. I will go for it. Don't try this at home or alone, right? Don't try this home alone. We don't have to carry the whole weight of AA. Sometimes I kind of feel that way, though. I mean, central office and the people running some of this stuff, they they they're being so lazy. I can't believe it. I all I did was ask a couple of questions, and they won't answer them. And it's frustrating because if I don't know how it's done, then I certainly can't get it done. And then it makes me feel, then I'm like, well, do I just need to open my own central office then? No, no, I don't. All right. What does it come back to? I got to work on my community, my neighborhood, my area, there's 6 people here. There will never be more than, I think I've hit double digits twice in the 7 years I've been doing this. It's exactly how God wants it. See, it's perfect. And that is quality. Am I happy today? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be? That is quality. Somebody that says, my name is so and so and I have long-term sobriety would rather go for quantity. They call themselves recovery coaches. And that's the shit they say. Right? We got to get away from that terminal uniqueness. You'll hear some people, here's the saying. This is how we do it. My name's Dion. I'm an alcoholic. Anything outside of that is attention. I'm Dion. I'm a recovered alcoholic. I'm a grateful alcoholic. Grateful, I'll kind of go for. But recovered just starts fights. Grateful, hey, I'm glad that you're grateful. But when we say, and this is opinion only, all right? But when we say that, if I say my name's Dion, I'm a recovered alcoholic, what I'm doing is I'm saying I'm better than you because I know what recovered means and you don't know yet. It's a way to start an argument for me to be right about something. That's what it is. Yay, therapy. I got therapy today. You know you're getting better when you get excited for therapy. It's not always the quantity of good things that you do, it is also the quality that counts. When and how to give. Right? Amber says anything after or before is I'm different than you. Yeah. We're just trying to they're trying to make themselves terminally unique. Therefore, not a part of the group. Don't differentiate yourself from other people. Yeah. How about people say, I'm still an alcoholic? Oh, I'm still an alcoholic. There are often times when I want to be like, I'm Dion and I'm a hopeless, helpless drunk. What does it matter? No, I'm gonna give up what I think and those things. I'm just gonna be Dion. Above all, take it one day at a time. So I can't sit here and really tell you what quality is because I'm not God. I can go off of my own experiences of what I think quality is. Right? But you're going to have to pick your quality. I do know that there are certain things that go with it, and helping others is really the key. Empathy, intuition, holding space, unconditional love, faith, courage. These are all things that lead to quality sobriety. And before I wrap up, there's only one time that you can have quality sobriety, and it's right now. It is the only time you can have it. You can't have quality sobriety tomorrow or yesterday because it doesn't exist. It is not here. Okay. People that have quality sobriety live in the moment. Now, yesterday I was in a meeting, and there's a guy in there. He's got like well over 30 years, and he had a bad moment, but I mean, he chewed somebody. Don't you dare talk to me that fucking way, and I will come over there. I still know how to throw a punch, and got a little violent. Okay, I'm glad you know how to throw a punch, man, but you're 92, and that guy could easily just squeeze your neck and pop your fucking head off, dude. Guy, he's never happy, and all he ever does is flirt with the girls. And the guy was trying to be on his side. Not quality, quantity. That's quantity. I'm going to tell you something, and this is for me. Okay. Getting 10 years is a goal. Getting 13 years, beating my 12 years. These are personal goals. Beyond that, time don't mean shit. Time is good for one thing: getting the non-alcoholic people in our lives that we love to trust us again. It's the only thing I've really used it for, because I have today. I don't have 9 years. I have today, and it's Tuesday. My 9 years is over with. It's been over for over a month. So if you live in the now, you're getting to that quality. Thank you, everybody, for being here. This is a pretty good one. Thanks for mixing up the conversation. I appreciate it. We learned a couple of things today. It's always fun. So I appreciate everybody being here. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And